People have been telling jokes since the beginning of time. But where do jokes come from? Why do we laugh? In this episode, we'll examine one of technology's greatest gifts on Jokes Through the Ages. Prank phone calls.
It is a very important part of America that we take each other's expectations and we flush them down the toilet.
You know, prank phone calls actually existed for thousands of years before the invention of the phone. They were just kind of a much bigger hassle. People think they know the ancient Greek story of Marathon and how Phidippides ran 26 miles to the king with a message of victory, but actually...
He put his balls in the king of Greece's face and he's like, "I'm sorry, man, I came from one of the centuries up there."
Which was very funny up until Phidippides died of exhaustion.
In medieval Europe, people would use carrier pigeons to prank.
This usually would take 3 to 4 months.
You unroll the scroll and it was just heavy breathing. Heavy breathing.
And they sat back and watched and like, this is so funny.
Before phones, there was a fundamental technological limitation of how prank phone calls worked.
So the telegraph operator on the Titanic, he'd actually sent out, "We've struck an iceberg." But he'd sent it out 9 times before that. So the guys in the Carpathia were like, "Dude, screw this guy." Except for one small boat. They wanted to prank the Titanic back, and help did arrive, but in the form of pizzas, deep dish pizzas on a rowboat.
It's kind of sad.
When Alexander Graham Bell invented the phone, he did so just to prank people.
He changed pranking forever.
He actually chronicled, "I have made my greatest prank gadget." We all know his first phone call. "Mr. Watson, I've spilled something on myself. Come see what it is." Watson goes down. "These nuts is what it is."
Prank phone calls are also very much a teenage phenomenon.
Athletes peak between 28 and 32, and I believe every prank phone caller peaks between 11 and 15.
As soon as you sort of discover some more adult interests, like the female body, you move on to pranking that female body by convincing it should let you inside it.
The real golden age of prank phone calls was the 90s.
Everybody still had a landline. No one had even heard of caller ID yet.
A couple of guys who went by the name of Jerky Boys brought pranking to the masses.
We all remember the gay model,
Frank Rizzo,
gay hard hat.
"You kick my dog?"
Saul Rosenberg.
Gay people are funny because they're different.
Isn't it great? We can just laugh at gay people.
The Jerky Boys were really pioneers of homophobia.
Prank calling was going along smoothly, yeah, and then Star 69 came along, and that just 86'd it, if we can use numbers here.
Every PCer, prank caller, knows where they were when Star 69 came out. People looked around and they said, "We can't do this anymore. They can get back to us."
The fun and games were over.
And then they did Star 67 and you could block your ID so you could just fucking keep calling people, and so it was all fine.
We are back in business. With all the new technology available, prank phone calls are evolving and are gonna continue to evolve. I think it's very exciting.
I'm nostalgic for it. I mean, I miss a human voice telling me to go fuck myself. What can I say? I'm old-fashioned that way.